It's a good camera, but it goes through batteries like crazy. It's unreal how fast it goes through batteries. I'm using rechargeable batteries. I think that they don't last as long as the other type. It uses 4 AA batteries. It's a Kodak camera. I like it. It does real good video. I'm not sure if the audio portion is coming on or not either. You gotta program the little camera. Now, that aside, let me think how to phrase this. Everyone on this planet is being onslaughted. What I mean by that, there are those that are in power that do not want to relinquish that power. It doesn't matter what country you live in. There's an old axiom. Let me just put it this way. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I've found that to be true. You get someone who has never really been anybody and they want to be somebody, and they, let me put this camera bag down there, and suddenly they find a way to be a big shot, and boy, they take to it like a duck to water. It's that way everywhere, unfortunately, and that is the truth. It is that way. There are folks that enter politics simply due to the prevalent fact that when you become a politician, once you gain any kind of control, you just want more and more. The average person is that way. You know, I've not seen very many politicians that ever kept their word. Very few. It doesn't matter if you're in civilian government, tribal government, military government, whatever. A person gets to a certain point that they're in charge. 9 times out of 10, or maybe 9.5 times out of 10, it goes to their head, and they want to be the person everyone has to go ahead and bow down to. I think that's human nature. You know, when Christ was on this earth, he called the Sadducees and Pharisees that were the rulers, the Jewish rulers, a nest of vipers. Let me get a sip of water. That is a very apt description. I'm not a rabble-rouser. I do believe in obeying the law. My wife wonders sometimes, but I do. I strive to the best of my ability, I do. There are things going on right now that have worldwide repercussions, whichever way you want to say that. And this is how my life goes. I've got a plastic knife out of my plastic cutlery in here that got stuck to my packing tape. Imagine that. Our election here in the United States of America is going to have worldwide repercussions. You might not believe that, but it will. One way or the other. Either way, it will. You've got a war going on in Ukraine that Volodymyr Zelensky, and I had someone ask me why his wife goes by Zelenska and he goes by Zelensky. It's Ukrainian speech. That's the best way I can describe it to you. Females, their last names are slightly different than their husbands to denote married woman. I believe that's right. I might be wrong on that, but also Volodymyr Zelensky is saying the war in Ukraine is getting ready to be over, that they're going to whip Russia, you know, yada, yada, yada. The problem with that assertion, or that assertion rather, is that Vladimir Putin does not see it that way. Neither does the Russian military, neither do the Russian people. People, by and large, are people. They want their family, they want their loved ones, they want their family and loved ones to do well. They go out of their way to help their families. I do that. Everybody in my family, and I have a large family, does that for each other. I've many times, sorry about the glistening dome up here, blinding you while you're watching this video. Many times throughout the day, I ponder that which is going on. I worry for my family, pray for my family, think on how things are going and what's happening. And I do this a lot. It's part of me being daddy and papa, grandpa. I dare say there's not a grandfather out there that has any kind of love for his family at all that does not feel the same way and view things the same way. We all do. Little children are a blessing, but they do get on a person's nerves. My wife is helping to raise, my wife's 70 years old. She and I both are in our 70s. We're oldsters. She is a superb mother and a superb grandmother, and she is holding a stiff upper lip and making it happen. There's something precious about when a 5- and 6-year-old and a 9-year-old walk into the parlor where she and I watch television, Nana, and interrupt us. And she and I had a talk about that, you know. We could shut the door and lock it, and we've done that before, but those children need that grandparent time, and they need parent time. And it doesn't matter how big a grandchild gets. They need their grandmother and grandfather. So what I'm alluding to here, it doesn't matter what country a person lives in. Grandparents are very, very, they play a very vital role in the welfare and upbringing of a child. They really do. Now, I don't agree with Hillary Clinton in the way she meant it, that it takes a village to raise a child. She is talking about the government has business raising your children. I don't believe that. I believe that teachers have a part in it. Where my grandchildren go to school, we have some wonderful teachers. I'm a big fan of theirs. When I pick the kids up from the bus stop up at the corner, Miss Cheryl drives up in that big yellow school bus and waves at me, and I wave back, love her to death, and she's very caring about children. The teachers are very caring about children. And this is something that is the way it should be. And the same goes. Now this is going to probably anger a few, but in the Islamic nations, the grandparents and parents love their kids as much as we do here in the United States of America. I've been to different Islamic nations. I've seen how they deal with their children. A parent and child relationship is a parent and child relationship. Now, there are radicals. Just like you have pedophiles here in the United States, you have them abroad too. And child predators need to be put down like a rabid dog. And that is my belief. And nobody's going to change that belief. Pedophilia is one of the worst crimes against man and against God that is out there. I have no compassion at all for people who abuse children, either verbally, sexually, physically, or in any way. I have no compassion for them. I just don't. Well, I'm going to propose something to those of you watching this video. Get active in your community. And there's someone trying to break into my old ancient antiquated computer. Actually, it's not antiquated, and it's a very special computer, but I have this happen a lot. That's the 4th time since I've turned this computer on, someone's tried breaking into it. But here is my thing I want you to think on. Get active in your community. Try to help others. Form your own tribe. And I don't mean going out and making a militia to overthrow the government or anything of the sort. What I'm saying is you need to go out, meet your neighbors, and let them know if they need you, they can count on you. And 9 times out of 10 they will reciprocate. And also, like the sign up there says, be kind. Kindness can be a weapon for good. It really can. Love you guys. God bless you. And go take on the day. Bye.